about to gain egress into another realm, a zone not just of time and place, but one that is the theater of the mind. A space between daydreams and nightmares that reaches from the summit of complex and competent storytelling down into the gutter of extended metaphor. Oh, passengers, please grab your butts, for your festive selves have once again stumbled through a hedge of strange and onto the suburban lawn of the Crepuscular Quadrant. In every quadrant of the facet verse, there exists a celebration or holiday on each inhabited world with the peculiar purpose of ensuring through ceremony and sacred tradition that things will carry on and potentially get better, or quite possibly return to a time when they were even greater. This holiday usually takes place when the days are the shortest, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, the longest. A marking of cyclical time and a commemoration of one more journey around the sun, or suns. A time to gather with friends and family to eat good food and exchange gifts. This is especially true in the Crepuscular Quadrant.
Are they still out there, Fred?
They are.
But it's been 3 days. Why won't they just go?
They do, Jane, I think, but then more just come to replace them. They're working in shifts.
But why?
You heard what the wise man said.
I thought he was joking.
I can see why. I mean, it did seem really jolly about the whole thing.
An elderly man in a funny gilded hat comes to your door and tells you that they followed a star? You think they were playing a prank.
Maybe, but it isn't like it doesn't happen every year, just to other people. Not people like us.
Oh, thank God they've stopped.
No, just changing the guard.
Isn't there something we can do? Can't we call someone?
Like who? You know as well as me that no one would help us. This is how these things go this time of year.
But it just isn't right. Why us? We're good people. We participate just like everyone else. We follow the rules, same as anyone. We put up the decorations. We put the coin in the kettle. Last year, I even took old soup cans down to the shrine. Why us?
I don't know, okay?
You don't need to yell at me.
I'm sorry. It's the singing. I can't hardly think with them out there all the time. I'm trying to figure out how we get out of this, I promise you. I just need a little time.
But you heard what he said. It happens at the solstice, and that's tomorrow. We have to be quick. Can't we make a run for the car?
We can't. There's too many carolers out there. We'd never make it. And besides, where could we go? The holiday police are everywhere, and they'd track our phones. Or just remotely disable the passenger steering in the car.
Oh, I feel so hopeless. What are we going to do, Fred? Who's that?
Let me look out the curtain. Oh, it's Tom.
Come on, Fred. I know you and Jane are in there. Everyone knows you're in there. Just let me in for a minute, will you?
Don't know if I can do that, Tom. You're probably with them.
Of course I am, Fred. And last year, so were you. Every year, even though you didn't think it, you were with us. Just like everyone else. And besides, we aren't going to drag you out of your house or anything. Not right now. So just let me in.
Don't let him in.
Hi, Jane. Happy holiday to you. Don't you feel lucky?
Lucky? Lucky? More like cursed.
Oh, don't be like that. It's a huge honor, and you know it. We're all incredibly jealous, let me tell you. Now, are you two going to leave a neighbor freezing out on your porch, or are you going to give him something warm to drink and some figgy pudding? You know I won't leave until I get some.
Go away, Tom.
Fine. Be that way. And to think you would be like this, Fred. We've known each other 20 dang years.
Is he gone?
Yes. He's across the street talking to the Johnsons now.
Maybe we should call my mother.
I wouldn't bother. She was outside last night bringing the carolers hot cocoa.
She what? And you didn't tell me?
I didn't want to upset you. Besides, you know how much your mom loves the holiday. If anything, she's overjoyed she gets to be involved this year.
But I'm her daughter!
I'm just glad my parents were killed by the partridge flu a few years ago.
Fred! What an awful thing to say!
What? You know my dad would be out there right now helping to build the stage and decorate the tree if he were alive. And my mom and yours would be fighting over how much spice to add to the cider.
Well, your mom always did add just a smidge too much allspice.
Oh, don't start. Just like your mother.
Hey! Can we not, okay? Why do people always fight at the holiday?
I'm sorry, it's the darkness and the cold. It gets on people's nerves, makes them feel anxious. There's all the shopping stress as well. The price of candy canes went up again last week.
Again? How much are they now?
$4.50 a dozen.
That's too much! I thought the leader said that the prices were supposed to go down.
Ugh, supply and demand, I guess. They have the supply, and they demand more money.
But I thought that the illegal elves were responsible for the high prices, and that's why we got rid of them all. Why didn't that work?
You know what? 3 days ago, I would have thought that maybe it was because even though we got rid of all the illegal elves, there were still the legal ones around, raising prices, stealing people's reindeer. Maybe if they went away too, prices would fall, but now? Ever since that star supposedly started shining above our house, I'm not so sure. I think that someone, somewhere, must have been lying. It doesn't make any sense otherwise.
But it always did before. Things were so simple then. Why can't it be like that now?
I'm starting to think that those exact words have probably been said countless times by countless other people before. We were just too busy to notice. Oh, for fuck's sake, who could it be now?
Oh, hi there. It's your neighbor, Sarah Jablowski.
Hi, Sarah. We're a little busy right now. Can you come back later?
Oh, you're darn tootin' I will. But I just wanted to talk to you, like right now.
What do you want, Sarah?
Just to talk to you for Pete's sake. Maybe give you both something to think about. Some festive food for thought there. Can you just let me in now?
We can hear you through the door. Just fine, Sarah. What did you want to say?
Just that you two are being, well, a little selfish is all.
Us? Selfish? What do you mean?
I mean, it's the season to give, for Christ's sake. And what better thing can you give than this? As far as presents go, it's just the best.
Oh, I'm sure that will be a huge comfort.
Well, it darn well should. I can tell you all the other wives on the block committee are insanely jealous. Martha Simmons almost burst a vessel when she heard.
Wish she had the shrew.
Don't be ungracious there, Fred. No one likes a sore gift giver.
Again, you say it's a gift, but I don't think so.
Oh, but you darn well should. It's the thought that counts after all. You two need to look at it from the right perspective. Where's your holiday spirit, for crying out loud?
Bah, humbug.
Look, you two, you like the sun, don't you? Of course you do. We all do. You benefit from everything it gives all year. And now is it so much to ask that we give something back in return? Think about how great it will be when the sun comes back, just like a bat out of hell.
Easy for you to say. You aren't being asked to give what we are.
Fine, be that way. I tried being friendly and all cordial in the spirit of the season, but there's just no helping some people, for Pete's sake.
I guess not.
Well, in that case, I need to remind you that you still have my tuna casserole dish from last month. I guess I'll just come get it afterwards. Happy holidays, you two.
What a bitch! I never liked her, you know. Always so fake at the Block Wives meetings. Can you believe that she wanted to make mauve the mandated color for the ribbon on all the wreaths this year? Mauve?
Some folks have no taste, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's getting late now, and there's Not so much time left.
Oh, Fred, what are we gonna do? I'm scared.
I know, honey. I'm scared too.
But you heard Sarah. Maybe she was right.
About the ribbons?
No, about the sun. I do want the sun to come back.
What do you mean? The sun hasn't gone anywhere. It set just a few hours ago, and it'll rise again tomorrow, same as it always does.
But will it? I mean, it set at 2 p.m. today, and the gift has always been given, so we don't know what happens if it doesn't happen. What if?
No, I refuse to believe that anymore. Killing us will not bring back the sun.
And now for a quick word from our sponsors.
Times are cold. Times are dark. The sun is gone. I can feel it in my bones. I can taste it in the water and smell it in the putrid air. Much that was is now gone, and unfortunately, much of what once was gone is once again. How could man hope to stand against such wanton disaster?
By choking it down with Happy McAllister's old-fashioned snake oil. That's right, it's me, Happy McAllister, here to take advantage of the ladder that someone once called chaos, to throw my hat into the proverbial ring. It has come to my attention that America needs a new head of health, one unencumbered by wormholes turning their brain into a head cheese of Swiss cheese. And who better than me? Old-fashioned snake oil has kept me as hale, healthy, and hearty as some other thing that is hale, healthy, and hearty. I can't think of the name right now, but you know the one. The really strong one? Yes, that one. I have never suffered from any sort of brain-craving parasite myself for 2 reasons. 1, I don't eat roadkill off the side of the road. And 2, Happy McAllister's old-fashioned snake oil. Can't have worms in the brain if you've got snakes in your veins. Trademark! And as for my vaccination policies, don't need them. Just some old-fashioned snake oil. Partridge flu got your feathers ruffled? Little old polio got you weak in the knees? Or maybe that's rickets. Doesn't matter. Happy McAllister's old-fashioned snake oil. Put old Happy in charge of your health, America. You'll be glad you did. Also, did I mention I am not a CEO? No, seriously, I am not a CEO. Let's make that perfectly clear. No need to get any plumbers involved, if you know what I mean. Also, not a billionaire. Yet. So you know you can trust me. Remember, Happy McAllister's the name, keeping you hale, healthy, and hearty with the power of snakes is my game, for a small nominal fee. And don't worry, I will never delay in selling you snake oil. I will never deny you from buying snake oil. And I will defend your ability to buy snake oil, as long as it is Happy McAllister's old-fashioned snake oil. Happy holidays, and see you at the CDC.
Hi, this is Garth from the Least Haunted Podcast, here to tell you about an exciting offer just for Least Haunted listeners. Have you ever found yourself looking to hire a new assistant because you were unable to perform due to your stinky balls on a massive, stiff mattress during a home invasion while your therapist texts you that your stock portfolio requires you to mail DNA to prove it's you because your identity was stolen and your therapist is really just your tax accountant? It happened to me hourly. That is until I became a Simply Better Harry Rocketballs Money Choose Stamp Say VPN Recruitismo member. And coincidentally, that just happens to be this episode's presenting sponsor. What are the odds? I was going to tell you about them anyway, and now they're paying me. Just head over to Simply Better Harry Rocket Balls money stamp save VPN recruitismu.ru to start your free trial, and when you're ready to start, you will be paired with a generative AI virtual assistant to help you hire an assistant to keep you hard and clean your balls on a stylish mattress, talk to your home invaders, and get you a real therapist while diversifying your stock portfolio and printing up stamps right from your own printer so that you can mail your DNA to our parent company, Globogene. If you qualify, a clone of you will be grown in a tube in our Arctic seed vault, no extra charge. Thank you to Simply Better Harry Rocket Balls money stamp safe VPN recruitismo, and now back to the show. And now we return to the Crepuscular Quadrant.
It's after 8, and it must be freezing out there. Still they sing!
Of course they do. It's getting close to time. Why stop now? My whole life I sang those songs, and they always brought me joy. I never considered how it felt to be the one who it was sung at or for.
When I was young, I remember wondering what the words meant. We were singing outside the house of the Phillips family one year. I remember seeing little Jimmy Phillips looking down at us from his bedroom window, tears in his eyes. And I asked Grandpa what it all meant and why Jimmy was crying. He told me that the words were about joy and peace and being thankful for the light. It was a happy song. I asked why, if it was happy, why was Jimmy crying?
What did he say?
He said that some people cry when they're happy. And I said Jimmy didn't look happy, but Grandpa smiled and said, sometimes we aren't happy at the time, but that when we see the results later, we would be happy that things had to happen the way they did. I said okay and went back to singing. Later that night, laying in bed, thinking about the presents I was going to get in the morning, I couldn't stop thinking about the look on Jimmy's face. He was in my class at school. And the next day, I got a fire truck that year, and I never saw Jimmy at school again. Still grew some really good watermelons that summer.
But that's just the way it is.
I never told anyone that story before. I think I had made myself forget about it.
You were just a kid. We all were once.
And now?
What now? It's only 8. We still have 4 hours.
Let me see who it is. Who's there?
It is I, Jasper the Magi.
Go away! Haven't you done enough?
I have come to discuss things, if you would only let me in.
Why should we?
I promise you that if you let me in, no one else will come in uninvited. And once I have said my say, I will leave, and you have my word.
And if we say no?
Things will still play out as they should, just a little bit harder. But if you let me in now, things might go easier, and you may find my offer intriguing.
What should we do?
Well, either way, we seem screwed. If we don't like what he says, we're still in the same place we are now. Might as well.
Okay. You've got 5 minutes. All right, you old coot. What do you have to say?
Only that I think that you two are sorely misguided and mistaken about what is happening right now.
Mistaken how? You want to sacrifice us.
I don't want to. No one really wants to. We need to. You know that as well as I do.
Bullshit. All our lives we've cooperated. We've been good, done our part for society and the economy. The leader's enemies are our enemies, and we've never broken the rules.
Yes, you've been model citizens, but this is bigger than that.
Not to us it isn't. It is our lives. This isn't supposed to happen to us. It happens to other people.
My dear, you two are other people. To someone else, that is. Everyone is just other people. That's the point, don't you see?
I do not.
There's only one person who matters, and that's the leader. He is anointed by the sun, ordained to be the GOAT, greatest of all time. What he says is fact.
I fail to see what that has to do with us or the holiday.
How old are you?
What does that matter?
Every year prior to this one, you never questioned the gift or what it meant. All that mattered was that you were part of something. The sun came back, and that it happened to other people. Thank the leader for that.
But why does it have to happen at all?
So that the sun will come back.
I'm pretty sure it would come back anyway. How do we know the gift is necessary?
Too risky to chance it. This is how it has always been done, and always will. The leader knows best, and besides, haven't you always been happy with things before this?
I can't help but notice the price of candy canes keeps going up.
Because of the damned elves!
But we got rid of the elves.
Look, this is going to happen whether you want it to or not. We have a duty to keep the sun rising and the economy going. The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
I think you have that backwards.
No, I do not. But on to happier topics.
Happier topics? We're about to be sacrificed.
Now, why do you think it has to be both of you?
But you said...
No, I didn't. When I first came to your house, I told you that the star had led to your home, and that this year's gift resided here. You assumed that meant both of you. But where's that written?
So only one of us has to?
No. I will not let you monsters kill Jane.
And you can't kill Fred.
There are a few ways this can go down. One of you can choose to sacrifice yourself. We kill both of you. Or you can let fortune decide.
Wait, you really kill both of us? After all?
A willing sacrifice will always be worth two unwilling. So it's either one of you by choice or both of you by default. The ledgers have to balance in the end, right?
What did you mean that we can let fortune decide?
Well, as the Magi, I'm allowed to make a special offer. A gift of the me situation, as it were. That was a joke. Nothing? Really? Not even a snicker? You two definitely need more holiday spirit.
Just tell us what it is.
Fine! What will happen is that you come outside, and will each be presented with one of two wrapped boxes.
And what's in them?
In one is an orange, and in the other is a piece of charcoal. Depending on which one you get, you will either be the sacrificial gift to the sun, or you'll be free to go. But it will be one of you.
But wouldn't that still be unwilling?
No! You see, the beauty of it is that it is decided completely randomly. It's fate. And a fated sacrifice is more like, I don't know, 3 willing sacrifices. At least!
I don't know what to say. Or do. Fred?
I don't want you to die.
And I don't want you to either.
I'll give you some time to think about it, but hurry up. The clock is ticking. I'll just show myself out.
I don't know what we should do.
Just hold me. Please?
Time's up! Let's get this show on the road!
We've made our decision.
Don't care! We're going with the present thing.
What? You said we could choose.
Yeah, but then I got to thinking. The math just works out better this way, and it's more thematic. You know, who can say? Maybe we'll grow some really good beans this next year. Now, you can come out willy-nilly, or we can drag you out. Your choice.
Will We'll go quietly.
Now, if you just come over here and stand beneath the tree we've decorated for the occasion, you can get your presents.
Wait, can I say something first?
I don't see why not. Just don't try to bum anyone out. It's the holiday, after all.
Take a look at yourselves, everybody. This is madness. Every year we make this silly sacrifice to bring back the sun, hoping that each life wasted will bring us all back to some much better remembered spring or summer. But it's bullshit. The truth is that we are all just too cowardly and scared. Scared of the darkness, thinking we can appease it with gifts and concessions. Oh, we are happy, though. Very happy that at least it isn't happening to me or mine. Well, take a good fucking look. It may be us this year, but just wait until the cost of eggs keeps rising or the price of milk is too inconvenient for you to drink a gallon a day. And then, one day, this asshole over here will be following the star to your doorstep and claim it's all for the greater good and glory to the leader.
Said enough?
Not nearly. But hopefully someone out there will listen. It doesn't have to be this way. You can end it. You have to believe and know that the sun comes up either way. There will be a tomorrow. Don't give in to fear and try to choke it down with things. It's human lives you're playing with. Oh, what do you all care? It's only other people.
Very good, then. Bring out the presents! One for you, my dear, and one for you, sir. Have you both been naughty or nice this year?
Fred,
Yes, Jane?
I love you.
I love you too.
Now, open them. Ho, ho, ho.
What you have just heard is a nightmare. A thinly veiled allegory illustrating a point worth stuffing in one's stocking, or gifting to a beloved loved one on this lovely holiday season. Consider the case of Fred and Jane, two people who happily participated in the trends and traditions of their society without considering any further than for their own comfort and satisfaction. Two unfortunate souls who learned the true meaning of the season and the ultimate lesson that it is always better to give than to receive in the Crepuscular Quadrant. Special thanks to our Monster Squadron producers, Travis Alexander, the Barbarian, Rachel Krieger, Tom Dahl, Justin Duckham, Kelly Flynn, Gunnar Franks, Carla Harrington, Christina Hurley, New Jared, Ken with two N's, TJ Levenhagen, Alicia Overton, Jordan Ramey, a different one but the same one, Blue Roan, Seti Fan, and Tatum. And a thank you to our least haunted players. Jane was played by the Barbarian. Fred was played by Lord Havelock. Tom and Jasper the Magi were both played by Cody Franks. Sarah was played by Kelly Flynn. And Rod Sterling was played by himself, with two D's and a T. Written and directed by Cody Franks. Art and music by Garth Von Ahman, who will return in the new year full of stories from the Crepuscular Quadrant. Merry Yule to you all, and to y'all a good night.
Say goodbye.
The Least Haunted podcast is recorded before a dead studio audience and is a presentation of Sequoidea Productions, LLC.